Can't imagine that gets me much.
Many greetings, stranger. How may I serve?
I still can't say that I've found a single artifact, and I've been all over this place.
Blessings to you. Everything you need. Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckoned. Can I interest you in a mind the city's edges? I can help repair your equipment. Shall I hone your weapon? For you? Farewell. I shall endeavor to fix anything you
Tell me more
will,
about yourself,
Beckoned.
Safina.
My days as a guard are behind me, but I know my way around arms and armor. I can patch it all up.
Okay, what do you know about the concourse?
Everything one requires, one will find in the concourse market. Weapons, armors, and healing implements.
What do you think of the city?
I was one of the first to settle in Idylla, and I will be the last to leave if it ever comes to that. Many pine for our home of old, but not me. The clouds are my refuge now.
Think we should tell her? I mean, the dude is trying to take the city down, so
Farewell.
kind of feel bad if we don't tell
Welcome
her.
to the Idylla Market, Beckon. I hope you enjoy our fair city.
I feel like a little bad if we don't tell her, you know what I mean?
Do you see any armor in my stock you
No,
approve
yeah,
of?
no, yeah, good.
I watch your step up here in the concourse. Welcome, Beckoned. I have potions for every need. Would you like something to help?
Actually. Let's buy a few just because I might need them.
With flesh wounds? My potions cure all wounds.
A finest dealing with gems is a specialty of mine.
What do you know about sage crafting?
There is a lesson in sage crafting. Even the smallest jewel can turn a common sword into a deadly weapon.
I mean, is that really true? What do you think of the area?
This city is a promise between us and the gods. But it is also a promise between us and the races of Amalur. My people will grow into the majesty of this city. And with the Empire to come, we will spread the gods' light.
Can you tell me about more about yourself?
Attention to detail is not overly common amongst the Colossi. Much can escape the notice of one so elevated. But the facets and powers of my gems hold so much meaning and power. How could I ignore them?
I'll disagree.
The finest. I am sure
Great
you shall
talk to you
find
right
something. I will be here.
Sweet.
if you-
Out of here. It's all in the tasks. We're good. Yep. Okay, so we've been to all of these. I don't I'm still missing one stone. Let's go see what the madman's up to. There should be 5 in here as well. This is like the last area, so we might actually finish this DLC tonight and go back to the main story stuff. Press on to some more areas we haven't been to yet.
We cannot waste time. There does not appear to be much here, but we have to be thorough.
Where should we look?
We should try near the Shrine of Athene. Anakatos prizes her above all else. I would wager he keeps his secrets with her.
It's probably not a bad bet.
Very well.
More of his silent friends. Oh, so there's specific litanies for specific gods. Okay, okay. That's gonna get complicated. I wonder if you can find them other places besides here.
Bring Anakatos to justice.
I mean, I don't disagree, but you know. This looks okay, it's not so bad. Discovery of the Hyperion. We had originally believed that we had come across just another My Room ruin, but the sheer brilliance of the structure convinced us it was something far greater. It was constructed of material we could not name, polished to a sheen that made our blades seem dull. One among us remarked that it looked like the sky, and it was moments later that we discovered it belonged there. We had found the now fabled instructions to raise the structure into the heavens. The response to our discovery to the word of Athene was deafening, and that evening the teeth of Naros itself trembled at our celebration. I had never foreseen a unifying force that was as effective as this discovery, nor have I since. What we could not know was that our society would tremble much like the teeth did on that day when the Primos and his associates gathered the magical strength to raise the Hyperion. And though the caldera stood untroubled when our celebrations on the first day ended, I cannot say the same for my people after the tragedy of the Hyperion.
I, Anakatos, make this record in penance for my disappointment of the supreme goddess Athene, in hopes that I may return to her favor, so that I could help my people find her strength once more.
What can I do?
I have committed several acts that may have angered her. And now I purge myself of them so I might find her grace again.
That one I like. Villain is the death god. He's the one whose blessing I always have on me. Well, I have a blessing. I don't know if it's that one. The Nirvananda. I don't know that one.
Beckoned, not time. Seek, Primus, below.
I am afraid we have dishonored my master, Arcades. He is a pious man who has always sought to serve. And we use the power of his position to force us on the true path without his knowledge. Slavery, oppression, pain, all are used to mold them into what is deemed worthy.
Sounds like a lot of dead people. Like a lot of
Hold
dead
a
people.
moment. These are bodies of colossi. What are they doing here? Wait. I recognize some faces. Bilfron. Armandia. These were great colossi, all viable competitors for the role of Primos at one time or another. I do not like the implications of this. What has Anakatos wrought? Farewell.
Ooh, I need to level up. See what we get. We're gonna finish up with our detect hidden because we're one away. All you gotta do is level up one more time.
In this confession I shall tell of how my master was brought nearly to his death. Arcades failed Athene in our mission to bring her servants to a devout state that would be worthy of her power and wisdom. At my behest, he sought the Hyperion force to the sky to earn our recognition. The ensuing eruption of Athene's wrath killed many, and nearly took dear Arcas.
Nearly took dear Arcas? I mean, he's still alive. You seemed like a messed up kind of bro. Personally, just an opinion I have.
Trespassers, you are too late! The council already lies dying in the torture chambers, and the Jotun slaves will soon be butchered as the master ordered. Come,
Knew it.
brothers and sisters, let us deal with these curs.
Can't use slaves to raise a city and expect the gods to be happy about it.
I found these curious blades on one of my opponents. Your agility might suit them. Now, we must make clear what that cultist said. The council must be important, something that could help us find a flaw in his plan, perhaps, or learn more about the cipher and the Hyperion. But there are also the slaves. They will be killed if we don't save them. But if the council is dying, we must choose who we see to first.
Tell me more about this place.
I know. I know what this place is now. These travesties, these heresies, these are what Anakatos truly is.
What about the slaves?
I can only imagine what labors Anakatos had them perform. Could this have been the cause for Karank's war?
You think? What about the council?
I do not know what the council is, but I have had enough surprises today. I only hope that we can find it of use.
Can we help both?
I do not believe so. The council is dying if Anakatos' dogs are to be believed, and the slaves are to be executed. I am unsure who we should be trying to help, but you are the beckoned of Athene. I must defer this choice to you. So decide. Do we go to the slave pens and help the slaves? Or do we go to the torture chambers to try to find Anakatos' council before it dies?
I mean, I would help the slaves, personally.
Be cautious in these lands.
Zealous and Baya? Not had many dealings with the Fae of Delantart. They have heard of the elegant weapons these denizens of nature wield. These were likely made by some curious weaponsmith who sought to marry the form of Fae blades with the Colossi aesthetic. I mean, they look pretty dope, but they're super weak compared to what I'm currently using. I mean, like half, like super weak. Open the torture chambers. Open the slave pens. I mean, I gotta go with the slaves.
Sweet Arces alive, so that I may find in him the knowledge and power of the Primos, and in doing so can find the answer I needed to bring myself, my people, to perfection, to regain the goodwill of the great goddess. Thank Athene that my followers continue my work while I tend to my master.
Yeah, see, that sounds super sketch. As much as I want to save the one main guy, I'd rather save the slaves.
Jotun slaves are fighting for us. Could it be because we spared them when Karunk was slain?
Probably. Let's see what we got going on here. More stuff I don't need. Oh, they count as independent ones. I don't like that. They don't even stack. The blessings aren't that useful. If they stack, that'd be one thing.
What can I do?
Actually, like, 2 of them probably died. I'm sure it would have been a lot worse otherwise. I gotta do it, I can't not. 11 gold, totally worth it. Oh, is it gonna help us out the whole way? That's kind of cool.
I hear you.
I don't know what that is. Kind of looks like a Fablehead or a Chakram. It is a chakra. Yeah, they definitely count as items. That sucks.
This room looks like the Hyperion antechamber. Is this where he conducts his torture?
You. I am past the point of much.
But I can feel the warmth of Athene in you, strange one. Has my time come at last? I cannot see. I cannot see. I know the beckon comes, but I cannot even look upon you.
I've come to rescue you?
I am beyond rescue. Anokatos kept me alive, and though I wished for death many times, I knew I had to live. Athene commanded it, for I spoke with her the day the gods struck us down for our folly. The day Anokatos hid my broken body and told the world I died. But I leave you not without a guide. Tell Sikandra she must remember her last day. She must.
Arcades. I had always... He had died. He had died years ago when the gods rebuked him and our people. It was truth. Anokatos had him alive and tortured. I watched him die years before. All that was left of him was a circlet. A circlet.
Arcus.
There was much he should have answered for in his lifetime. But what we saw in Nyxaros, he didn't deserve it. He didn't.
What about the Jotun slaves?
Freeing them was a wise course of action. The slaves can be a useful distraction as we move through this place.
That seems a little backhanded. Arcus mentioned the last day.
Our last day. The day... Could it mean the last day that I saw him? The last day we spoke? Before the Hyperion tragedy? He asked me to escort him through the wilds, to the shrines outside the city, the shrines of earth and air. He told me to remember them when times seem bleak. I thought nothing of it, but could he have known about this? About now?
Are you all right?
I once thought that faith was what would ruin my people, the thing that would distract them from their happiness. But I see now, it is apathy. To not care for our people, that is Anokatos' sin. As I thought it was our cases before him. But this is so much larger. Larger than I ever thought. And Arcades, he always knew that I would be here. He must have always known.
What's the air shrine?
It is an ancient place high in the teeth of Naros. I do not understand its significance. But we need answers, not more riddles. Let us unravel this as quickly as we can. The fate of my people is at stake.
A little bit. What about the air shrine?
I don't know why Arcades spoke of this. Apparently, it's necessary for unsealing the Hyperion. But how? I was expecting answers from Nyxaros, and we're only getting more questions.
What about the city?
Something is wrong. Anokatos wishes to destroy Idylla, but how close is he to his goal?
I don't know. What do we do now?
The task is clear. We need to... Ah! My head! Can you feel it? Something is wrong. This magic... Anokatos has done something. We must return to the city. We might be too late.
What's happened?
Something grave has happened. I can feel it in my body. I fear Anakatos may have accomplished his goal. Farewell.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be against that wall, and he's not.
If only there were others akin to myself, holy ones, who are resolute and hold tightly to their faith. Or had I the means to create the people the gods truly wished for, so that we finally may raise the Hyperion and bring the befouled to their ends. We would do for Athene what she most certainly demands of the wretched. Yet tragedy befell these giants, as in trying to force the Hyperion upwards, Athene was angered and made her rage known. And so the life was driven from some. The faith